Y'all see him in the streets struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun.
What's got you, Just here? Welcome back to my channel. We're back for the reaction to Game of Thrones on this Game of Thrones Thursday. This is Season 7, Episode 3, The Queen's Justice. And we actually have a few queens in this show right now, so I'm not sure who that title is actually a reference to. I have a feeling that it's actually Queen Cersei, although we have actually seen her deliver and serve some justice fairly recently, so we shall see. Because going back to the Season 6 finale, what she did with the Sparrows and Marjorie, R.I.P. Yeah, I don't know what else she has in store for us, but she's in command now, so I'm sure that there's a lot more ahead of us. But I would be remiss if I didn't bring up what actually went down at the end of the last episode involving Theon, Yara, and Euron, because, man, I'm so pissed off at Theon right now. After how far we've come, I was nice enough to actually give him back his name. Do I have to go back to calling him Reek? Because after he saved Sansa, he was on the path to redemption. I was actually happy with his character, even though I still feel he deserved to die for what he did to King Robb. Like, he really screwed over the Starks, but after his support for Yara, I was like, all right, let's see how he actually comes back from this and becomes a better man. And then him bailing on her at the end of the last episode, I'm just done with Theon, or should I say Reek. But I don't know what else this season has in store, because that battle or that whole action sequence there on the boats, that was absolutely incredible, and that's honestly something that I would expect out of an episode 9 or the season finale. So for that to happen in episode 2, hey, I'm sure they have a lot more in store for us for the remainder of the season, but I'm pretty much ready to jump right in, check it out. If you guys look for my full reactions to the show, the link to my Patreon is down in the description below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, now's a very good time to click that button down below. Smash the like button while you're there. With that said, let's jump right in, let's check it out. Let's go.
The bastard of Winterfell. Dwarf of Casterly Rock.
They meet again.
I believe we lost each other at top of the wall.
They've always been cool.
Off the edge, if I remember right. And Sandy is the Queen's most trusted advisor.
I love the history with all these characters.
Dragonstone, if you wouldn't mind handing over your weapons.
You've come this far, you kind of got to do it.
Of course.
I can't wait to see Jon Snow and Khaleesi come face to face.
My bannermen think I'm a fool for coming in. Of course they do. If I was your hand, I would have advised against it. Stark men don't fare well when they travel south. True.
Yeah.
But I'm not a Stark.
Yes, you are. Oh, is this his first time seeing one?
I'd say you get used to them,
But you don't.
but you never really do.
And she's there. Here we go. This is big.
You stand in the presence of Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen, rightful heir to the Iron Throne, the mother of dragons, the Khaleesi of the Great Grass Sea, the Unburnt.
She has a lot of titles, and she's earned them all.
This is Jon Snow. He's king in the north.
There you go.
Thank you for travelling so far, my lord.
He's done a lot, though,
The winds were kind, your grace.
without the
Apologies.
titles.
I never did receive a formal education, but I could have sworn I read the last king in the north was Torrhen Stark. Torrhen Stark swore fealty to House Targaryen in perpetuity. What does perpetuity mean, Lord Tyrion?
Forever.
Forever.
He's not technically a Stark right now, though. At least not to his
You're
knowledge.
here to bend the knee.
I am not.
No. Well, that is unfortunate.
That look.
Your father burned my grandfather alive. He burned my uncle alive. He would have burned the Seven
My
Kingdoms.
father was an evil man.
He was mad.
On behalf of House Targaryen, I ask your forgiveness for the crimes he committed against your family. And I ask you not to judge a daughter by the
She's
sins
different.
of her father. I am the last Targaryen, Jon Snow. Honor the pledge your ancestor made to mine. Bend the knee and
Honestly, he never really wanted to be king.
Together, we will save this country from those who would destroy it.
You're right. You're not guilty of your father's crimes. And I'm not beholden to my ancestors' vows.
Then why are you here?
Because I need your help, and you need mine.
I was born to rule the Seven Kingdoms.
I think she was.
And I will.
Let's go.
You'll be rolling over a graveyard if we don't defeat the Night King. Am I your prisoner?
Not yet.
Interesting first meeting between these two. Theon. I am this close to going back to calling him Reek.
Your sister's dead,
You're on us.
but you got away.
I couldn't save her. I tried.
No, you didn't.
You wouldn't be here if you tried.
Wow, they're just walking away from him. They're getting a hero's welcome, standing ovation. Queen's justice.
My queen, please accept this gift on behalf of all of your loyal subjects in the Iron Islands.
At least let the daughter go.
You've proven yourself the greatest captain on the 14 seas. And a true friend to the crown.
You deserve more than a true friend.
And you deserve a proper reward for your heroism.
There's only one reward I want.
You shall have what your heart desires
What?
when the war is won.
She's gonna make him wait for it.
With Euron Greyjoy commanding our naval forces, and Jaime Lannister leading our armies, the sons and daughters of Westeros shall defend our country. Even though we're enemies, you and I understand the fury that drives you. I was there that day when Sir Gregor crushed your lover's head. I close my eyes. I can hear the sound of Oberyn's skull break, the sound of your scream.
Now she's in the same room as his killer.
I thought that's true love. When my daughter was taken from me, my only daughter.
That's where she fucked up.
I imagine she's your favorite. I know, we're not supposed to have
She's my
favorites.
favorite.
Still, we're only human.
Poison? No!
Qyburn, he's the cleverest man I know. Clever enough to learn what poison you used to murder Marcella. A long goodbye was that it.
The long farewell.
Do that to her, not to the daughter.
How
Ugh.
long does the poison take?
Cersei's a G
Difficult
though.
to say, hours, days. It depends on the subject's constitution.
But death is certain.
Oh, yes.
Your daughter will die here in this cell. And you will be here watching when she does. You'll be here the rest of your days. Make sure the guards change the torches every few hours. I don't want her to miss a thing.
Damn. Cersei's going hard.
I came down here to brood over my failure to predict the Greyjoy attack, or making it difficult. You look a lot better brooding than I do.
How do I convince people who don't know me that an enemy they don't believe in is coming to kill them all?
Let him mine the dragon glass. If he's wrong, it's worthless. You didn't even know it was here. It's nothing to you.
He is such a good hand of the queen.
Davos said,
Such a good advisor.
taking a knife in the heart for his people. Did you notice that?
You must allow them their flights of fancy. It's dreary in the north.
If he doesn't kneel, there is a way that he could still be
Amazing thing
king.
to see.
I will allow you to mine the dragon glass and forge weapons from it.
There you
Any
go.
resources or men you need, I will provide for you.
First step in this relationship. That's big on her.
So you believe me then about the Night King and the army of the dead?
She's not denying
You
it.
better get to work, Jon Snow.
And that look over the shoulder. Oh no. What is it? Bran! There's the music.
Hello, Sansa.
Yo, here I was starting to feel sick in my stomach. Something else bad happened. He's messed up. It's been a long time.
No one has ever taken the rock. The Lannister army is still the army my father built.
I want to see this.
Well provisioned, 10,000 men at least. They will see us coming. They will be ready.
I don't know if we're actually going to be able to see it play out this episode. I don't know how much time's left.
The gates of Casterly Rock are impregnable.
Okay, they're showing us.
The fight up the walls will be hard. We will be at a disadvantage. Many men will die. Just as my father said they would. He built our army. He built Casterly Rock as we know it. But he didn't build the sewers. So in the process of building the sewers, I threw in something for myself. Casterly Rock is an impregnable fortress. But as a good friend of mine once said, give me 10 good men, and I'll impregnate the bitch.
Yo, this is dope.
They will face the bulk of the Lannister forces. The Unsullied will be fighting for something.
This isn't real though,
They will
right?
be fighting for freedom and the person who gave it to them. That is why they will triumph.
Ooh. Okay, this is real. Where is everyone?
Where are the rest of the Lannisters?
They're marching forward.
It's done.
It is.
And now the rains weep o'er our halls.
They didn't stand a chance.
Your brother and his new queen thought you would be defending Casterly Rock.
The truth is, Casterly Rock isn't worth much anymore.
So you just let them take it.
For now, they won't be able to hold it.
And you took your army, your real army, and went to where they weren't.
As Robb Stark did to me at Whispering Wood. There are always lessons.
Experience. Lesson learned.
How will you
I
do
feel like she lived a good life though.
with that sword? That was Joffrey's sword, wasn't it? He really was a cunt, wasn't he?
He was.
How will it happen?
Cersei had several ideas. Whipping you through the streets and beheading you in front of the Red Keep. Flaying you alive and hanging you from the walls of King's Landing. I talked her out of those.
Making it easier for her. Those other options didn't sound so good.
Will there be pain?
No, I made sure of that.
That's good. I'd hate to die like your son. Clawing at my neck. Foam and bile spilling from my mouth. Eyes blood red.
She was saving
Must
this.
be horrible for you. As a king's guard. As a father. A shocking scene.
Straight calling him out.
Not at all what I intended. You see, I'd never seen the poison work before.
Revealing it all.
Tell Cersei. I wanted to know it was me.
That took me like a few seconds longer after she said it, but then it hit me. Exactly what she was saying. Wow, that's the episode right there. This episode was absolutely phenomenal. Before I jump into the outro and recap, I just gotta say that first. Because, yeah, it's gonna be a pretty positive recap, I will say that. Holy hell. Let me slide on over here. Turn off the speakers. Whoa, I was not expecting a powerful episode like this. A lot went down. There's gonna be a lot to discuss. Should we get right into it, folks? Usually I take a couple of minutes, but lately I've just been jumping right into these recaps. I feel like while my thoughts are basically running through my mind as well, I might as well just get them out for you guys. But alright guys, that was Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 3, The Queen's Justice. And as I was just saying a little bit there, I absolutely love this episode. A lot went down. As usual, there's a lot to discuss. I think I'm going to start with Khaleesi and Jon Snow, though, because, yeah, the episode started with them two. Well, previously, right before that, I guess, with Jon arriving back in Westeros, and then at Dragonstone, I believe it is, meeting up with Tyrion after not having seen him for... When was the last time that those two have actually seen each other? It's got to be, Season 2? Season 1, maybe? Man, it has been so long. We're here in Season 7, seeing those two come face to face yet again. And then they were actually happy with it. Like, we saw a smile out of both of them, which was actually great to see because they were always cool with each other. I remember going back to the very first episode of this entire series, back to Season 1. They had a nice little talk there, and I definitely remember that conversation that they had. So seeing them, everything comes back around. The history that all these characters have with each other now, because so much has happened. Even if they, and I was kind of bringing this up in the last reaction, but even though a lot of them haven't even come face to face yet, they all know of each other, and all of each other's families have done something with each other, so whether good or bad, so that's why they all know each other. It's super cool to now see where we are in the show, like the remaining characters, the ones that are still alive, and seeing them now interact after so long, the build-up, it's absolutely phenomenal what they're doing with the show. Hopefully nobody's hating on Season 7. I also said this in my last reaction because Season 7 so far, it is hitting on all notes, at least for me. We're 3 episodes in now, and I've loved every single one of these episodes. Season 7 is freaking banging, so I was not expecting this at all. Like I said, coming into the season, I didn't really hear much going into it. Not a lot of people have told me anything, really. They just said the only thing that I really knew was one of the best episodes of Game of Thrones goes down this season, and I don't even know officially if we've already witnessed it. So hell, this might have been the one that people are really hyping up, but I kind of feel like, if I'm being honest, it's something towards the end of the season. We shall see, though. Definitely don't let me know. I'm sure when it goes down, I'll really be blown away, just like I kind of have been up until this point, because the actual meeting between Jon Snow and Khaleesi, man, I was almost like getting shivers from it. Like, they gave us a nice long scene there too between the two, and it was a bit of they got off to a bit of a rocky start with Jon not actually kneeling, but they were both making great points too. Like the writing, I feel like I don't really know who to root for. I know they're not really fighting right now, but I didn't really know whose side to go with, because they were both making great choices and they were making great points. So yeah, I freaking love that entire scene, this entire episode. Like, I know this entire recap is mainly going to be positive, so for anybody that didn't like this episode is expecting me to kind of go off a little bit, be negative with this one, yeah, you might want to find one of my previous reactions, because this is not going to be the recap for you, because yeah, this was so good. And honestly, I did not expect any of it. Going into it, I just thought, yeah, we're going to get another good episode. Queen's Justice, I actually thought it was going to be in regards to Cersei, and I guess it kind of was, because I might as well jump right into it right now with the people of Dorne, or the ladies of Dorne, now arriving, being held captive under Cersei's control. Holy hell. Cersei is kind of out of control right now. I did bring that up this very episode. Like, with the power that she now holds, nobody is safe. Like, everybody should be fearing for their lives right now with Cersei freaking Lannister sitting on the throne, the Iron Throne. Like, how crazy is it what she is doing, how far she's come to gain power, and now I guess be the first official queen of the Seven Kingdoms in the realm. Like, this show is freaking crazy. I'm loving this season so much right now. It is honestly blowing me away. I really didn't expect it to be this good. I kind of thought we have already seen the best that Game of Thrones has to offer. So to see all this go down this episode, and the torturing, my favorite sister, or I guess I could say the favorite daughter now, because her sisters are dead, of Dorne, I guess she doesn't have much time left, although it just hit me right now because we very briefly saw Bran this episode, and we know those two kind of had a thing. Will he come? The only thing is, he's kind of gone, and I don't know if she's still there being held captive, left as a prisoner because they knew about the rival of Khaleesi's people now to take it over. So I don't know if the sister or the daughter and her mother are still there being held prisoner, because everyone else is gone. The Lannisters, they bailed, they took off. They're like, all right, you want King's Landing? There you go, it's yours. So I don't know exactly what's going to go down with their fate, but the one thing I did want to bring up, because it kind of just hit me right now, is Bronn. Is there any possible way that he can come back and help her? Because I've said it before with the show, everything comes back around. When he was poisoned, maybe that scene wasn't there for no reason. When she poisoned him and he saw that you can be cured and healed from that and actually recover from it, maybe he'll come back in time to actually give her what she needs so she can heal and recover from it. If that actually happens, my God, I will freaking say this show, I've already said it enough of times, but this show will freaking blow me away if they actually do that with everything coming back around. That would be phenomenal writing, if I do say so myself. So actually, I should have said that, because if it doesn't happen, I'm actually going to be pissed off, because that is such good writing. And if that doesn't happen, I should have wrote this show, because honestly, if it plays out like that, I know you guys have told me, we've seen it in the show, like, it's not going to be a happy ending. Like, if that's what we're expecting, we're watching the wrong show. But can we get one happy ending there? Like, that'd be freaking amazing if that were to actually go down. If he comes back, saves her just like she saved him, and then hey, they end up together, I wouldn't be upset at that at all. So we shall see. I know they're gonna make me wait, but they said they didn't actually say how long she actually has. I think they were saying like it could be hours, it could be days. I don't think it's weeks, I think it's hours or days. So she doesn't have too much time, but fingers crossed. knock on wood. Let's hope that he comes back in time to actually save her. And if that doesn't play out like that, I'm actually going to be kind of pissed. So hopefully next episode doesn't start. We just see like her skeleton locked away in the prison there with Grey Worm just walking in like, oh shit. I guess they left a few people behind, but everything that is going down in the show right now, there are so many moving pieces on the chessboard and on the battlefield. Like, so much is going down. But speaking of potential love interests or potential happy couples, I should bring up Euron and Cersei. Do we actually believe Cersei in her reward that she's willing to give him? Because he did arrive, he brought Yara, she's still alive. I'm pretty glad that she is still alive, because I wasn't sure if at the end of the episode, when we saw like people hanging from the ships at the end of the last episode, that they kind of just skimmed past her death and that was the end result, that she was actually hung. But I feel like she's more enough, or we've seen her enough now where she's a important character, where if she's going to die, they're going to give her like a proper death. It's not just going to be off screen. At least I hope so. At least I hope she doesn't die. But yeah, seeing her held captive now, brought to Cersei also by Euron, and her promising him the reward of actually being with him after the war is won, because she made him wait there. He's like, all right, give me my reward right now. And then she's like, all right, you'll get your reward. And then when he's like moving in, she's like, nope, after everything is said and done. And then obviously he's sticking to the Jaime right away when he's like, oh, does she like it rough, or does she like a finger in the backside? Like, I guess I shouldn't feel bad for Jaime, because that's the exact same medicine that he's dished out before. So yeah, maybe he should take a bit of his own medicine. Even though I kind of like Jaime now, as hard as that is for me to say, I definitely like him more to Euron though. So that's probably why I didn't like him really sticking it to Jaime. I definitely think Euron's gonna get it at some point. I'm pretty much expecting him to go before the season's over, but I've said that about a previous Greyjoy with Theon, and I don't even know if I want to call him Theon anymore. We did see that he's still alive also. Like, one of his men, one of his ships actually picked him up, but his people are like, oh, you didn't risk your life for Yara, or you saw her captive and you're still alive to tell us about it? Yeah, clearly you're a cunt. So this episode was phenomenal though, because obviously you can tell that by the fact that I'm jumping around so much. If you've seen one of my reactions before, you guys are used to my recapping style right now, just freestyle a little bit. But yeah, I don't even know what else to go to and say about this episode, because so much went down. Obviously, I'm going to be forgetting a lot. I can't say absolutely everything that went down, but one thing that I should go over right now that it just hit me and I just remembered is Bran and his arrival back to Winterfell. It was kind of bittersweet though, because seeing the state that he's actually in now as the Three-Eyed Raven, even Sansa saw it. I feel like she picked up on it right away. Like, it was a great scene when he first arrived, but just like his glaze, the look on his face and in his eyes, like he's not the same anymore. He was like looking, he just wasn't all there. And then it was super nice to see like their reunion, but it wasn't the same as her and Jon's, at least not in my opinion, or at least not for me, because afterwards when they had that scene next to the tree, yeah, I think that's when Sansa really realized he's not the same anymore. Like, he's kind of gone. When she was walking away from him after their conversation, like she almost broke down a little bit. But seeing Sansa, I feel like she's got a good head on her shoulders. Like, she's the boss now pretty much of Winterfell, and it's kind of a good thing, because she was willing to give it. Like, you're the last remaining son of our father. Like, you're the Lord of Winterfell. And seeing the state that he's in with Bran, he can't be in that role. So it's kind of a good thing that Sansa is so strong and has grown up and to become the woman that she is, because now I feel like she's doing a good job looking over everything. And just that one scene with her where she's walking down with Littlefinger by her side, and oh, look who joined me here, a Ghost, with Littlefinger by her side, unfortunately, and he's taking everything in with a freaking shitty smirk on his face. Hey, buddy. Hey, Ghost. He's getting pretty big, if I do say so myself. All right, we'll cuddle a little later. Yeah, we'll cuddle later. And he's licking my hand. Such a good boy. Although he is bullying my other cat, Kimba, so much. At least when he plays, but he gets neutered next month. And like the one comment I did get, he's going to be, next month, he's going to be a Varys. He's going to be following the Varys storyline in his arc. But hey, we did see Varys this episode also. That was a good segue with the Fire Priestess. And yeah, that was a pretty interesting scene, because with what she was actually saying to him, he actually looked worried. And I did say it this episode, if Varys is worried, we probably should be as well, because I feel like he always knows about the ongoings behind the scenes, like what's actually going on, who's pulling whose strings with his whispers. So if he's a little bit like in worry, we should be too. So yeah, that scene definitely hit me, and it's definitely one that's going to stick with me, and I don't know what's actually going to come from it. But now I definitely picked up on some of the things that were going down and that were actually being said that scene. But yeah, I don't have too much more to say for this reaction, for this recap. We didn't see Arya this episode, which was pretty interesting. I absolutely loved the meeting of Khaleesi and Jon Snow. Like, that was a long time coming. If Jon Snow doesn't kneel, I wouldn't be upset, or I wouldn't be opposed if they eventually get together. I don't know. Maybe that it's pretty obvious that it is going to happen, but at least not for me. I didn't really think about it, to be honest, because we do know about his previous relationship with Ygritte. I think I'm saying her name. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. It's been a while, and I've come a long way with the names for the most part, but I feel like he did truly love her, so I don't know if he can actually love again, but one look at Khaleesi and the way that she looked at him when he was walking away afterwards over the shoulder, I feel like there's already a mutual respect there. The fact that she's even allowing him to use or to mine the dragon glass and Dragonstone, whatever, I feel like that's a pretty big step on her part, on her behalf. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they eventually get together. And like I said, I'm not opposed to it, but this episode was absolutely phenomenal. Like, we did get some action near the end of the episode. I was going to say, like, it was pretty dialogue heavy, but that wasn't necessarily a bad thing, because I was enjoying every single scene that we got from this episode. Like, even though it was pretty dialogue heavy, there's no denying that. But some of the action scenes, like with Grey Worm, that the possible scenarios playing out as well with their attack, they kind of skimmed over a lot of it. It wasn't like your typical battle with that stuff. So very interesting. I'm definitely expecting more battles later on this season. Maybe they're just saving it because they didn't really need to do too many of the battles. Like, it seemed like even with Lady Olenna, I think her name is, with Jaime actually arriving, the Lannisters taking over there, it wasn't even a battle. It's like, it was pretty easy. Like, he tried to like hype them up a little bit for her sake, but she's like, did they fight hard? Did they give an honorable battle? He's like, to the best of ability, they did as much as they could, but yeah, we pretty much wiped them out. So yeah, there wasn't really much fighting to actually go down this episode, so I don't mind the fact that they actually skimmed over that stuff. And then seeing her death afterwards too, and her actually revealing what she did to Joffrey, that was big, because here Jaime is, I kind of feel bad for him in that moment, but at the same time, it's Joffrey. Like, Joffrey was a piece of shit. Everybody knows it. Everybody saw it. So he was being respectful to her, though, and he's like, yeah, it's not going to hurt. You're not going to suffer. Cersei was thinking about possibly flaying you, hanging you, burning you, like making you walk naked, stripping you, and then beheading you. Like, there's a lot of stuff that Cersei had planned, and that's what I'm saying. Cersei in power, she's a sick woman. Like, everything that woman was saying there in that scene, she was absolutely right. She was kind of warning Jaime, but we all know Jaime and his incest love, the incest love that those two have, like, it's real. That incest love is real, y'all. So he can kind of look past all that, and he doesn't mind the fact that she's Satan, so and a complete bitch. So he's okay with looking past all that, but she wasn't wrong in her warnings to Jaime. But I kind of feel bad for Jaime, because here he is. He's like, all right, I made sure you're not going to suffer. Just drink this. You're good to go. And she even asked, like, is it going to hurt? He's like, no. She chugs it back. Chug, chug, chug. Drink, drink, drink. Shot, shot, shots. And then immediately, right after that, she's like, yeah, by the way, I killed Joffrey, and I'm pretty happy with the fact that he actually suffered from me killing him in the poison, and now I don't have to suffer from it. So yeah, that was kind of a dick move on her behalf, but at the same time, who freaking cares about Joffrey? So yeah, this episode and that reveal, I was here for it. Chef's kiss. The writing, I'm so happy with the way everything comes back around too, because with her the one actually being responsible for his death, and Jaime being the one responsible for hers, it allows us to actually see her reveal of her assassination in Littlefinger, I guess, too. She should have ratted out Littlefinger. Well, if she's dead anyway, I'm surprised he's still skating free, like skating by everything. I feel like in my heart, though, eventually he's going to get his. Same with Euron, same with Cersei. Fingers crossed, but yeah, I can't wait for the next episode. Like, this season is hitting on all notes right now. Bring on the remaining episodes. So yeah, I'm ended there though, guys. As always, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. You guys can like, subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. Till next time, I am out. Enjoy your day. Peace.
Well, I didn't smoke enough for you, didn't drink enough for you, wasn't fun enough for you, wasn't good enough for you, damn. You play me like a yo-yo and shit, well, I'm not the one to be yo